In the fall of 1982, my senior year at Virginia State, my dad called me and told me that a Lake Taylor High School football player had just died in a car accident. He also told me the other details related to this tragedy. Al Hatchett was also a team leader and one of their best players. So obviously, the team was hurting and full of emotion. So they decided to dedicate the season to Al. But the Titans lost their next game to Kecoughtan 7-6, despite outgaining them by 350 yards. And their record was 0-2-1 after 3 games. However, they won their next 3 games over Maury, Cox, and Granby, and next on the schedule was their arch rival. Check them out the next time I went home. 3 weeks later, I went home, and by then, Lake Taylor winning streak had grown to 6 games, and I watched them play the number 1 team in the area, First Colonial, a perennial powerhouse. Both teams had won their district, but the game would determine the regional playoff pairings. This was an exciting game that ended tied at 24, but Lake Taylor clearly outplayed First Colonial. Also, Lake Taylor had some very talented players, but the best player on the field that night was number 5, Steve MacArthur, who scored 3 touchdowns and had close to 300 yards of total offense. MacArthur was named Player of the Week for his outstanding performance. There is a familiar saying that everyone knows: in big games, big players make big plays, and the Titans were grabbers who had just tied a state record with 35 consecutive wins. Ironically, their last loss was in 1979 to Norview in the regional semifinals. Also, their coach, Mike Smith, recently won his 500th football game to become only the 3rd coach in the entire nation to win 500 high school football games. Anyway, Lake Taylor upset Hampton 17-14 with big game Steve MacArthur scoring the first touchdown and making a game-clinching interception. MacArthur was featured in the newspaper and said he was inspired by Al in that game. The 1982 Lake Taylor Titans miracle season belongs in Hollywood. Ironically, another team with the nickname Titans became an award-winning film, Remember the Titans. And it was also very ironic that their 1971 journey went through Norfolk, Virginia at Foreman Field, where they beat Wilson High School 36-12 in the state semifinals. In concluding, I would like to commend Steve MacArthur for doing this project, and hopefully this inspiring story will end up in Hollywood, where it belongs.